Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the finale of Stray. We are ready to put the keys into the subway car and make our way to the final destination of the game. I have mixed feelings. I'm happy, but also kind of sad that this game is coming to an end. And this subway car has not been used in a very, very long time, so fingers crossed that it gets us to where we need to go. And it's just gonna be a bit of a lonely train ride for us, heading into our final chapter. But we definitely have a feeling of reaching the end of the tunnel, metaphorically as well as in reality. Okay, so here we are. As soon as you step out, you'll notice that it is creepily pristine and how it probably would have looked like when the humans were around before the plague took over, before the Zerks were here. This place has no Zerk eggs. All the lights are fluorescent rather than neon. And it's just very creepy almost and bizarre after seeing what we've been seeing in the past. And if you talk to the robots that are up here, they are all the original model companion robots. You can see that they have no names, they have no personality. They are all just doing the tasks that they were originally assigned to do hundreds of thousands of years ago before they started to evolve and take on their own personalities and whatnot. I'm also looking at this poster, and it kind of makes me wonder if this is sort of like a Fallout situation in this game. You can see the destination on the map, and there's a number assigned to us, Walled City 99. Does this mean that there are walled cities like this all over the world to protect humanity from the plague and we're just one of them? It just makes me wonder. I don't know if that's ever able to be confirmed or anything, but it does make me curious. So fortunately, because these robots are so simplistic and they're just caught up doing the chores that they're supposed to be doing, this guy's actually cutting the shrubs with scissors, which would take forever. But I mean, he has hundreds of thousands of years to do it, so I mean, you go, buddy. They will not get in our way at all. They will not even register our existence, really, and we really have this whole place to ourselves. There is not really a whole lot to see here, so you can take your time and just sort of look around if you'd like, but it's all very, very simple. This probably would have been where all of the sort of executives, engineers, all of the people that kept the city running, all the people that were in charge of what happened on the lower levels, this is where they would have been, and I think that's kind of why it looks very sterile, like a very sterile kind of office environment. We can also look outside if we'd like, and standing up here, we are very, very close to the top of the dome, as you can see, and it's kind of neat because as you look down, we can see how much higher we are than Midtown, which I believe would have been over in that direction. So we're even further up from there now, which means that everything else, the slums and all that, is even lower. And I still think it's really amazing just to look down and see how far it is that we have climbed. Just a little itty bitty kitty in our little robot. So I'm hoping that we could do something for all the inhabitants of the walled city here. We're almost on our way out. So when you're ready and you're done exploring, come on up to the control room door and inspect the panel. The control room is closed by some sort of security protocol. It says that only humans are authorized to enter. It also says that I'm not considered human. That's offensive. Maybe if we work together, we can open this passageway. Yeah, don't know how we're gonna get around the whole not being human thing, but we'll give it a go. We're gonna take another one of our very nice, helpful cleaning task robots. And we're gonna bring him over here. He's gonna automatically park himself. And we need to be able to get under there in just a moment. We'll get B12 to open up the panel. And giving us access to this will allow us to destroy the door with our claws. Our mighty claws of power. And doing that counts as the scratching point for this chapter. So if you've been hitting all of the scratching points up to this point, you will get an achievement there for that. We do have multiple scratching points, in fact, but they're all story related. So there is nothing sort of like additional for us to see. Although why it's not letting me in is unusual. There we go. I've never had to scratch that a second time. I wonder if I just didn't scratch long enough the first time, but anyways, it's pretty easy. You just go ahead and that door will open up. I'm kind of shocked that there aren't alarms going off right now. And I did walk by this. I forgot to show that this is actually the front door to the outside. Greetings, inhabitant of Walled City 99. This door leading to the surface is currently locked due to the confinement procedure. Please refer to any certified engineer inside the control room if you have any requests. Well, we're the engineers now, and we say that we would like to go outside, so that is what we are going to do. This is the control room for the entire city. They controlled everything from here, and it's empty. I remember hating them so much. They had everything. Clean space, limitless power, freedom to move. Little good it did them. The plague. I remember now. Everyone was dying, and they thought they were above it all. They did nothing to help us. I watched my family die. I felt helpless. I couldn't do anything to save them. But I can still help you. We can still go outside together. I will carry the memories of humanity and the people I loved. Oh, B12. There is your very last memory, so if you've gotten all the memories in the game, you'll get an achievement for that. And B12, of course, feels very good that he's remembered everything. Thank you so much. A little present for you. And he's going to give us a really neat looking sort of holographic harness. I like it. I dig it. It's kind of a nice look. And again, if you want to, you can have a look around in here, but there's not really much to see. It's very much the same type of thing. It's an office space for all the people that would have been working up here. Very boring. We're going to want to go right over to the control room panel with the blinking computer. And B12 can have a look at it. According to the mainframe, no one has been here for years. The whole city is stuck in a lockdown cycle from long ago. If we disable it, we should be able to leave. We'll need to bring the rest of these systems online. These computers hold the data we need. We need to turn them on. While you do that, I'll look for passwords and encrypted keys to get into the system. Okay, can do. So he's gonna stay here, and the computers that he's referring to are these 3 rows of really, really large computers in the middle of the room. You can see that some of the screens are turned on, but in order to move on, we're gonna want to turn all of them on just by walking across the keyboards. And as a cat, I am an excellent keyboard walker, so that's not a problem for me. Just make sure not to walk across the ones that are already on. It worked. Good job, my friend. I found it. I know how to open the city. Something's off here. Wait, maybe there's a way around it. There, that's the workstation to open the city. But there are several layers of security preventing us from using it. Now we need to do what we do best. I'll hack the machines and you destroy some stuff. Alright, love this plan, B12. So there are 3 locks, and you'll be able to see the big yellow lock symbols on the computers that you need to inspect. So there's one sort of to the right of the roof control system, and then there are 1 in each corner beside the master control. And each of them are just going to have a different little compartment for us to open. And once we find the compartment, we just go ahead and scratch as we do, and then we'll get B12 to hack into each one of these computers to unlock it. And unfortunately, he's going to receive a little shock each time that he does that, so it's probably not very comfortable for him, but we have to keep on going. As much as it seems like it's a bit of a threat that there's an intrusion alert, now the cameras have turned on. You can see that they're now following us, and we have all these glowing lights and everything. There is no rush at all. Nothing is going to happen, and all of those helper robots out there are just programmed to keep doing their assigned tasks. So it's all just for show. Carry on. Keep working on the computers. Don't worry, I can recharge once we open up the workstation. Can you? I hope so, because you're smoking and sparking. 2 things which are both not very good when it comes to computers. But again, we're so close now. We've just got the 1 computer left. And opening up the city is as simple as that. Just a few quick scratches, a little bit of hacking, and B12 has all the knowledge to get past all the safeguards. I think this little body is done for. It's okay. I'll be alright. Just carry me to the workstation. We can disable that alarm. Are you sure you're okay? Because you look really rough. I need you. If you fail now, we're all doomed. We're so close. Go ahead and drop B12 right into the blue square. He'll take care of the alarm for us. That's it. We're safe. Listen, I have something to tell you. I knew the power required to disable the city's central control system would be immense, more than this drone body could handle. But with the security now disabled, I can take control of the system and open the city. Overriding it could destroy my software. But I made that choice when I hooked into that first computer and the consequences it could bring. I'm sorry that we won't see the outside together. I thought that I needed to carry on the memories of humanity and to hold on to the past. But I see a future in the companions and you. Let me take that off of you. You just gave me a great gift and now you're taking it back. You were my friend, the very best that I could have asked for. Thank you. Oh, buddy, the pleasure was all mine. So our friend says goodbye to us for the last time. And this scene to me is always so sad. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it, it's always so sad to me. I'm just gonna curl up and cuddle with our buddy. But fortunately, his plan worked. It wasn't all for nothing. The dome is going to slowly open. It's gonna shine into the slums first. And it's great to see that the sunlight is just gonna zap all those little zerks. Momo can hardly believe it. There's Doc with his son. And we saved Clementine just in time. So all of our outsider pals are safe. And they all get to see this moment of reckoning. You can pretty much get up from this spot and leave B12 here whenever you're ready. This is always the spot where I walk away from my controller and I rest for the resting for an hour achievement because it just seems so fitting. It's difficult just to get up and go. You have to at some point, but B12 made the ultimate sacrifice to let us out and to let everybody living in the dome have a choice. So, goodbye, my friend. I'm gonna get up now. I have other friends on the outside that I am hoping to be reunited with, but you can see the sunlight is just very slowly starting to spread across every single building that's down there. You can watch it just as the percentage ticks. It's opening slowly, but it's getting there. That beautiful blue sky, whatever evidence there was of an uninhabitable world is definitely no longer the case. I hope that all the robots that are living here get to make their own choice. The ones that are too scared can hopefully continue to live in the dome safely without the threat of Zerks, and the ones that want to go outside, they want to leave the dome, they want to see what's on the outside, can have that choice, and they can find a way to make it out the front door, or if there are any other exits to the dome, they can find their way there. So we've done it, everybody. We've done it. The outside is open and we are free to go. We just walk right out the front door. Oh, fresh air at last. Back outside. I wonder how far away I am from my other kitty friends. It was so nice to see flowers and birds and butterflies and real sunshine. As soon as we get outside, we'll have a nice little sniff. We've obviously caught the scent of something. And we're just going to leave the city behind. We just take one last look. And that's it. But not before seeing that little flash of light, which makes you question everything. So it's a nice open-ended sort of ending. You can draw your own conclusions as to what happens to our cat, as to what happens to all the people, or I shouldn't say people, I guess robots living in the dome. And you have to ask yourself what happened to B12. Did he actually sort of shut himself off by overpowering, or did he transfer his consciousness back into the network? I always kind of think that's what he ended up doing, not because he wanted to, but perhaps because he felt it was necessary. Maybe he had to do that in order to open up the city and didn't tell us, because he does say a couple of things like something is wrong and something isn't quite right. I know that he talked about how absolutely miserable and lonely the mainframe was and how he was trapped in there wanting to get out so badly, but I do think that he would have put himself back in if it meant opening up the dome. And I do love that little sparkle of electricity at the end where the screen lights up, because was it just more power going into the system? Was it nothing? Was it B12 being in the mainframe? We don't really know. And depending on who you talk to, a lot of people have their own thoughts about what has happened. I also wonder if all the Zerks truly got destroyed, because they're still gonna have to deal with nighttime when there's no sunshine. I do guess that they've got the neon lights and everything that they can keep on for that. But what about all of the ones that are deep, 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 deep in the sewers? And all those big, creepy eyeballs. What is that all about? My hope is that the robots do continue to keep safe, that the Zerks are kept at bay, and that everybody sort of has a happy ending, but that's just wishful thinking. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think happens. I do hope that our cat does reunite with his pack. I think the smell that he was getting may have been nearby cats. Maybe his buddies waited for him. Maybe we actually weren't too far away from where we were camping at the very, very beginning of the video. Either way, I'm kind of glad that the cat didn't decide to go back into the dome. As nice as it would have been to kind of hang out with all of the companion robots, I'm sure he could have lived in the city and been very happy, but I am happy that he decided to go out into the world and continue living out there. So now we're back on the main menu. Very short and sweet credit sequence. And you can see that my run with commentary, with kind of messing around a little bit, stopping to look at a few things, was 4 hours and 10 minutes in total. The speed run for this game requires you to finish the game in under 2 hours, which might seem difficult to cut the time in half, but it's actually not that hard to do the speed run of this game. You can see that we have every single collectible, and I've pretty much shown off how to do everything that there is to do in this game. We've gotten all of the memories, we looked at all the scratching points. So I feel like I did a nice sort of comprehensive coverage of this game. I so enjoyed playing it again. I've really appreciated everybody's support on it. And I hope that you all enjoyed watching me play. If you haven't played this for yourself, I definitely recommend it. It is such a wonderful, fun game. I love that you can do everything in one straight go, and that the difficulty curve is very minimal. So this is a very good game for people who want to play casually and not worry too much about things. Feel free to drop me some comments with your thoughts. I just want to thank everybody one more time for all of their support on my journey throughout Stray, and I hope that I will be seeing everybody the next time that I bring another project to the channel. Take care, everyone.